Hey there, Boots Owen here. I'm outside and you can hear airplanes and whatnot, and that's the way it is. I'm working on this Bosch Tumble dryer that I found last week. It's a WTA 7200, where's it gone? GB/07. This means I think that it was made in 2006, I think. I don't know. Anyways, it's 2022 now, you tell me. I got it, it's all there, it seems to work. I've showed it in a previous video, but in the previous video when I pulled out this, I was quite disgusted because it seemed to me that there were these little black spots which I would associate with insects of a variety, and you can see down here, insects of a variety that are somewhat unwholesome. It all looks quite clean, as if it's been cleaned very well. To get the front fascia off, you have to take this off. This is another fascia that hides where there would be a drawer on condenser models. This is just a vented dryer. That snaps into place, so you have to take the top off to unclip those clips. And then there's a screw in here to get this front fascia off. That's where I'm up to. I've got the top off and the back off, or the back cover for the ductwork. But in here, there's just this horrible yuck. Not much of it. Like, I wonder, is it cockroaches? I thought bed bugs initially, and I'm not paranoid about them. I've never come to know bed bugs, but I don't want to know them either. So that's that front off. What's remarkable on the other hand of this machine is that it's really clean. So it's been used a couple of times for something like tissue or fluff and tissue. So it's not actually that dirty down there. Around the back, I've got the ductwork off. It's over there. Just take off some screws. There's a bit of fluff in there, but there's also like what could be mouse droppings, so I'm not sure what sort of a house this came from, but the element is pretty good. There's a cobweb I think there, but apart from that it's okay, and it seems to work, and all of its sensors are there. I think that's a temperature sensor, and then these are thermal trips of some description, but it's not full of fluff, it's not been on fire, it's all okay. So I can't quite figure it out. I can't quite figure out what's going wrong here. This hose was in it. It's quite clean. They had the hose taken off and thrown into the machine, and then a plastic bag stuffed into the vent, the outlet. You can see there's like stuff there, black spots, which indicate to me insect poo. But I don't see any insects. I haven't seen anything move or crawl on it, which is, positive from my point of view. This one seems to have a plastic hinge. A lot of them are zinc and cast or die-cast metal, but this is a plastic hinge, and it's not welded, but it's riveted, hot riveted with plastic all the way around. So this door, if you break it, you've got to get a new one, presumably with the hinge. That's okay. It's just the way it is. Underneath that fascia there's some dirt, but it's not rust and it's not bad. I'm gonna take off the door, take off the rest of the screws. Is there something down here? There's a lower fascia on it. That's plastic. I'll try and get that off as well, and we'll see what it looks like. We should be able to get into the ductwork then and just see what we think, if it's worth saving or not. So I've removed the screws, top 3 and a couple around the door hinge, and a couple underneath, and the front wouldn't come off, and it kind of is on these little plastic, where are we? It's on these little plastic dowels. It pops off them, but it wouldn't come off over here. I could only see this little fascia plate, and from the school of crappy design, these things snap in, and once they're snapped in, you might be able to release the top one with a long something, but the bottom one, I don't know how you'd even begin to release it. So it breaks when you take it off, and I guess you could glue it back on, but they've put that on to hide a screw. Now, why they're hiding this screw, it's not down to cosmetics or aesthetics, because the other screws here are exposed, so it's purely down to making it difficult to open. Like, I don't really understand why. Bosch is a funny brand, because sometimes they do a really good job, and I'm quite keen, having a load of Bosch washing machines, but I don't know what this is about, where they hide a fastener. They hide a fastener in such a way that you can't repair it without breaking a part, and I'm sure that part's, £7 or 12 quid, or make up some stupid price. Right, so what's in here? Nothing more. Again, let's have a look at the back. So what's difficult to describe is that it's like it's got chip grease or something, you see there? And I think, is that a sign of some kind of insect crawling around? Like cockroaches? Again, I've no experience of them, which is, you know, something I'm quite pleased with. So that interlock there, it's not really an interlock, but it's caught on, just, which is handy, I guess, because you can align it when you're putting it back together. But it's the kind of machine that looks like it's designed to be built, but not to be repaired. So down here is a door for what would be a condenser unit, but it's not a condenser unit. Now I don't know if this comes off. I'd say it's glued on somehow to make my life a bit of a misery again. I think there's a drying sensor in there. It looks like this piece here should split off the rest, but it's not screwed on, and it might be clipped on or something. I don't know. Let's try. No, it looks to be heat welded or some kind of solvent weld in there that's welded shut. So if I want to clean this, I'd have to just get in there somehow. The other option is maybe this whole plastic piece comes off, although that's some kind of an interesting, no it's not, that's just a screw fitting. Yeah, the back is one piece. Oh no, the sides are separate as well. All right, okay. Well, I guess I'll take off that side then and see what we can see over there. Hey, it's paying out. Quid's in, hey? Yuck. Dirty old pound coin. So then looking in from the back, it's not that bad, but that's the outlet, and it goes either straight out or there's a kind of a T-junction there, the tip of the screwdriver, and it'll come out the side through that hole. If it's just that, it's not so bad. So the air comes in here, or from down below. There's some remnants of something. That's just insect poo, I would say. I've got a feeling it's cockroaches. It goes in there to the fan, or into the whole box of the machine actually. The fan's in there. Where does it pull it? Where does it pull it to? So the fan must just suck it to here, blow it through the ductwork, up through here, into here, very simply really, then down through the filter, and out that way through the back. So it's really just a single path. It's not that dirty. I guess then what I could do is take the drum out, because the drum is really the only thing. From this fan upwards is all quite clean. And then out. And I guess it benefits from any residual heat around the drum will get drawn in as well with the air coming in before it gets blown out. Like, they're not very efficient. It's also completely louvered, so air can get in all around there as well. I think it's a compromise design between a condenser and a normal vented dryer that it is. Made in Poland. There you go. What am I going to do with it? I'm kind of faffing here because I don't want to use it really. I don't want to sell it. I'm not against selling vented dryers, but I just don't want to sell it. I haven't seen this before, so there's a different PCB over here, and the one on the front is just an interface PCB, which is fair enough. There's a selector and some touch controls. It's kind of too good to scrap. Not sure what to do with it. I might start cleaning it and try and take off one side. If I try and take off, well, the motor side, maybe? Let's give that a go. I've got the side taken off it now. It looks very clean. Normally there's a lot of dust in here. There's some dust, but it's dusty black fluff, possibly off the belt. The belt looks okay. The motor looks okay. There's little flakes of black here, but they seem to be either from the wheels or from the belt. I can vacuum that out. It appears to have a clip-on thing here to make some other duct work and another fan here. So again, it's this compromise model. They put a screw underneath to make it, you know, just that little bit harder to get it apart. I've brought the plug out because I want to see if it'll work in this condition. I can't tell if it was just in a place that was fatty or something, or if it's like, that's grim, but that's on top, so maybe they were like just making a mess on top and somebody else cleaned it. The back is, you know, as it is, it's kind of like sawdusty fluff or something. I've put the cover back on because otherwise we'll kill that element. We'll kill that element if it hasn't got air blowing over it. So let's just try turning it on. It's upside down, of course. Beep. 2 minutes 30. Is it gonna go? It doesn't like this for some reason. It must know that something's not there. The door, of course. How do we make the door fit? We need to put something in here to trigger that. Okay. Something like this. Something like this screwdriver. So I've got the door lock up on top. It's not staying put there, but let's see if that'll work. Press start. There. It's gonna stay on. Yeah, it seems to. Okay, so it's spinning around. Oh, it's hot already. What's it missing? P. What's P mean? I think it's that door thing. It's not hot, but of course the air is blowing through it. It's nice and warm in there, I guess, because the air isn't going anywhere. And then it would go down there and out the back. So I'm wondering if I can get a vacuum in from the back there. Of course I can put Henry in the back and try and agitate it from the front, clean it out. Probably not the best idea to do it when it's live. This plastic here is rubbing off the belt just there, so let's press stop there because this is nonsense. I've got Henry stuck in the back. I've already given it a bit of a lick overall. I'm just going to try and blow this stuff down. So I've given it a bit of a wash with soapy water, dry, put it all back together. It goes together really easy because it just clicks and snaps and screws and whatnot. The only detail that I want to show you is on the back, on this rear cover. Some of the screw holes are indicated with an M, and that means that they want you to use a metal screw which has this fine thread and a kind of a cone shape on the end, semi self-tapping. I guess they're self-tapping. And then the other ones use this plastic screw which is a kind of a coarse thread self-tapper, and that's typically along the bottom. So I'll put that back on, and I'm waiting for a load of laundry in the garage, and then we'll give this a test. Okay, it's cleaned up, it's put back together, it's plugged in, it's vented directly out the back, the filter's in place. I've got a load of damp laundry in it. Let's see if we can waste 5 units of electricity. Cotton's cupboard dry extra. Why not? And I want high heat, really. It should just go. It should be fine. The heat lines are on. That's cool. I guess that means sun extra, the little plus there. Right, I'll leave it to it. 2.5 hours. It has the sensor, I saw that inside, so it can tell when stuff is dry, which is kind of neat. So I guess that it's smarter than the old timed machines. I've cleaned it up so much now that I think I might keep it, or just, I don't know what to do. I don't like these machines because they're not efficient in that, like, for me to run this now, I think current prices of electric, well, you do the sums for where you are, 5 kilowatt hours is probably what this will take. And the heater won't be on all the time once it gets up, but it is outdoors. I've got it out in the garden. It's about 9 degrees Celsius today, so it's not exactly a warm place to run it, but the heater can only be on a maximum of the time it's on. So if you talk 2.5 hours at 2.2 kilowatts, potentially you're up to 2.5 by 2.5, you're up to about 5, maybe 6 kilowatt hours. So let's see what happens. Hopefully it just runs and the laundry's dry and I'd be happy with it then. Stay tuned. So it was down to about 2 hours, and very foolishly I plugged it out and that reset it. So I've started it up again. The stuff inside I've checked isn't quite dry, but it's been going for half an hour quite happily, and it's pumping out hot air even after a hiatus like that. It's getting warm quite quickly. I feel like a bit of a fool running a tumble dryer outside, but this is testing, so it's, you know, it's a required part of the process. So it's beginning to get dark outside. This machine, it jumped from about 2 hours 30 down to an hour, so it must have detected that the laundry was already somewhat dry. I don't mind opening it just to find out. Yeah, that's getting there. It's not far off it now. Workshop rags. P, I guess, means pause. It's doing okay now. Don't use a little bit of heat up. Well, there's heat here and all around there, but there's no heat below the element, which makes sense. And then there's heat through the machine, so this is just radiating heat and wasting it, and then the moist air is coming out the back. There we go. I think this is a success for the WTA 74200GB/07. I don't know, 9603, I think that's 2006. I think Bosch has a weird way of using the first two numbers, but you let me know in the comments, because I could be doing it backwards and it could be 2003. If it's 2006, this machine's 14. It seems a bit old. 2009 makes it 13. That might be about right. Don't know. I should have looked inside for some date codes on things. There's a bit of dirt coming down off that I haven't cleaned off properly. You have to be careful cleaning stuff off around the decals or the letters, the printing, because you can take them off if you're using too aggressive a cleaner. As it stands, this Bosch is working. Subscribe if you haven't already, and give us a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. Questions or comments, leave them below. Thanks for watching, see you later.